Okay. Guys, we are going to move to the second method, right? Where is my word document? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just opening. Guys, those things are very, very easy, but you have only to follow the processes. If it's not pinging, means you are wrong from the interfaces. But the problem, you must only know only what? The steps. Because when you're gonna write your final examinations, nobody will tell you like a configure. They'll ask you maybe which command maybe to do this. Just the question, they won't gonna be the configuration. So the steps are very important then. Yeah. Because I know from the configurations you can fail somewhere. Okay, we were done with traditional way, right? Now today, we are going to use what we call router on a stick. So it's one of the methods that you can use when you wanna configure your VLANs, right? So it's one of the methods. And this method also, it's very easy. So this is what we are going to use. You must do it together with me. You go to packet tracer. So router on a stick means you have one router, right? You have one switch, right? You can have maybe 10 switches and so on, right? When I'm giving you like a homework, maybe with 4 switches, don't mind about number of switches, mind about the processes, right? You must know that what you have to do. Don't mind about the number of computers, because these steps will never change. It's gonna still be the same. You must stick on your steps. Now, because we wanna finish fast, I can use only 2 computers, right? And you can connect those 2 computers to your switches, right? You don't mind about where you can plug. You can plug like anywhere, right? But because you and I, we must be on the same page. So that's why I'm giving you this. That's why you must use fast 0/1 and fast 0/2. Just because you and I, we must use the same things, right? Let me see. Always see. Okay. Now, when you are done connecting your computers to the switch, right? When I'm gonna give you the homework, you're gonna see maybe there are 4 computers and so on. Just follow the same processes, right? Now, this switch, we're gonna connect it to the router, right? But because the switch will carry on so many other devices, sometimes you can use the fastest port, right? Like here, you can use the gigabit because gigabit is more faster than the fast Ethernet. But it can work even if you are using fast Ethernet. But it's good when you are connecting like switch to switch, or maybe switch to router to use the fastest interface. Yeah, 0/1, you go to your router, right? From the router, you can plug from 0/0 or 0/1, right? And when you are missing like a port, you have to add an additional one, right? Because most of the Cisco routers and switches will come with empty slots. You have to add, right? But like for this case, we are going to talk just about few VLANs, right? And we need only 4 cables that will go from the switch to the router. So router on a stick, we are running away from the traditional way, because from the traditional way, number of VLANs, number of physical connectivities to that router, right? But this one, you need only one cable, right? No matter how many VLANs you have, when my homework like will come with 10 VLANs, like 20, you must stick on the processes, right? Now, this one, so I can put it like under like another VLAN, and this one too can be like under so another VLAN. This one, my network like ID, it's gonna be this. This one too. Yellow, huh? Oh, like every day I'm using yellow. VLAN 10, name it's gonna be IT. VLAN maybe 20, name gonna be HR, right? So I can change the design. You must stick on the processes. You must follow your steps, right? Because we do have VLANs, right? We have to start by creating those VLANs. We're gonna create those VLANs. We're gonna assign the interfaces to those VLANs. We're gonna assign like our computers, the IPs, right? So I'm gonna write like next year, what I'm gonna do from step 1. Assign computers IP, right? IP. Yeah, creating VLANs and name them, right? You create like the VLANs and you name them. Step 3, what you must do, you have to assign to VLANs, right? No matter how many VLANs there are. So I cannot come and say number of VLANs. No, sometimes I can say number of departments. You know what does it mean by departments. Don't go crazy and say, no, this is like difficult, 4 departments, 4 servers. I cannot like tell you guys, use a router, because you know that for connecting different VLANs, I need a router. So I cannot give you that additional information because you know it already. Step number 4 that you're gonna do, right? Make sure that the port that is coming from the switch to the router, you make it a trunk, right? Port from the switch to the router must be a trunk, right? This 0/1 must be a trunk port, right? So no matter how big your company is, you must stick on the processes, right? Step number 5, what we're gonna do, right? The interface from the router must be on. So that interface where you plugged your switch must be on, right? From that interface, you must create sub-interface. From that interface from the router, right? You must create the sub-interface. We're gonna see how to do it. From the routers, the interface, you have to create a sub-interface or sub-interfaces according to the number of VLANs. If you have like 10 VLANs, you're gonna create 10 sub-interfaces. Did you understand, guys? You see that cable from the router, right? That interface, you're gonna make it on. When you make it on, now you're gonna ask yourself, how many VLANs do I have? How many networks do I have? Or how many departments do I have? If you have 10, means you're gonna create 10 sub-interfaces. Because my design, my topology got 2 VLANs, I will create 2 sub-interfaces. Are you with me? Now, when you finish with step number 6, step number 7, right? You have to assign, all right? No, first, let's configure what we call encapsulation. But we're gonna learn about it. Configure the encapsulation. And step number 8, encapsulation. Encapsulation. Yeah, technical way, don't mind about it now. Step number 8, assign IP to sub-interfaces. Right? And you are done. Those are the steps for you to configure router on a stick. Now we're gonna do it slowly by slowly, right? The IPs to those sub-interfaces, right? So when you know this, no matter how many switches I'm gonna come with, no matter how many routers I'm gonna come with, do the same thing, right? Don't come again and tell me like, no, this is a bit tricky, because you cannot do the same things like what I'm explaining and you two at home, you do the same thing. So I have to make it a bit more challenging so that you're gonna think, right? Yeah. Now, we are going to start now, right? I'm going to step number 1. We are going to assign the computer's what? IP. Let's do it. According to our what? Network, huh? So you do it, guys. So I'm gonna go fast. So when you are stuck, you can go to the recording because we don't have the time anymore. Why am I picking up .2? Because .1, we're gonna use it for the sub interface. That sub interface will be the default gateway. Just for logic. But default gateway can be .10 or .100, but we want it. So my default gateway gonna be 192.168.1.1. Right? You go to this one. Remember they are in different networks. .1, no, .2.2, my default gateway. Right? Right, guys? Yeah. Most of you guys, you are committed. You must be like that. Some people, they are making even money, but they're not even committed. That is wrong. Those kind of people, you cannot forgive them. You are making even money and you are lazy. Myself, I'm sleeping like every day. You know, when I go back home, first things I'm gonna sleep because I wanna wake up by midnight. By midnight, I'm gonna wake up, start doing my own thing by 3, by 4, sleeping. And because I want money, and money will never come so easily, you must work for it. You must have discipline. No? Huh? The lazy one. No, few of them, not all of them. Okay? When you are done with this one, guys, right? What we're gonna do now, right? Step number 2 to what? Creating VLANs and we have to name them, right? I'm going to console because we have only one switch. So we are going just to create by using that switch, right? You console to your switch, right? When you console, so you go to terminal. No, from any computer. It's not going to change the configuration from the switch. You can console from any computer, but the configuration will go where? Yeah, to the switch. What happened? Maybe no, I plugged to the wrong one. Okay, terminal. Okay, fast. I know. You must get yours to work fast. Remember that we do have two VLANs, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. Name, it's IT. VLAN. Name it what? HR, right? And you exit. So those are the VLANs. If you have like 10 VLANs, or maybe I'm gonna give to you 10 departments, you know already that I need like 10 VLANs, right? You cannot come back like to me, you said, what must I do now here? Because when you're gonna be at workplace, sometimes you must produce your own thinking. I have to prepare you to work like that. Don't like the easy things. The easy things always a kill. Right? Yes? My camera, I don't mind about it. Leave it. Now we are done with creating the VLANs, right? Now step number 3, we need to assign those interfaces to what? To their VLANs. Like here, you can see my computer here on the blue one. Which interface? 0/1, right? Because I have only one, I'm gonna assign it to what? VLAN 10. Yeah, 0/1, switch port, mode access. Yep. Switch port, access VLAN 10. You know already what to do. Wherever I'm going fast, because I know like you do. You know. I can go slowly, I can go like fast, you know what to do. But I want you to start working like that. When you are configuring something, make sure that you are fast. Because the business is down. Like in 1 minute, a shop is losing 1 million. Now, if they are calling you maybe to fix the internet by Spa, so like everybody's waiting you to finish. So you're gonna start like typing like this, because them, they are making money per second. If you lose like 30 minutes, them already like they know like, hey guys, 100,000 gone. So you must get used when you are typing, like do it fast. Okay. Second interface was mine for the yellow one, it's a 0/2, right? For VLAN 20, 0/2, switch port, mode access, switch port, access VLAN 20, and you are done, right? We are doing the same things that you know, how to create VLANs and how to assign ports to those VLANs, right? From next week, I will start even monitoring your speed, right? Guys, you have to be motivated. Why you must be motivated? Not all of you got different chances. Some of you here will make real money, real ones. Real one. I'm not even joking. So I was speaking to one of my friends. I asked my friend that my friend is coming to me saying, hey, I bought a car. I asked him, how much your car? My friend told me. I said, it's on Monday. So I can buy even two of this car. You see how life it is. Myself, I'm making it already money. So I'm telling it to you. So I'm not making it only for Sabah because I'm teaching different people in different countries. Sometimes that's all online. I got people calling me. So I want to see anyone. Okay, 5,000. Okay, send it. Not only for Sabah things, but many people are doing this program. Right? No, I'm not saying like that. I'm just telling you the truth. Because if me, I can make it, it means you too. More even than me, because me, I got limitation. My age is already. So many companies, they're kicking me out because of my age. But you still, like under 37, you're fine. Okay, what left here? Step number 4. Port from the switch to the router must be a trunk, right? This one must be a trunk. Which one? This one. This is your trunk, this port. Now I'm writing down, guys. This one must be a trunk, right? So what we're gonna do, we go back to our switch, right? Interface what? 0/1. Yeah, fast 0/1. Switch ports, modem, trunk, enter. You are done. Now we're gonna move to step number. You got the recording, don't worry. Hey, but now we're going fast. Maybe next month we can even be done. But I have to do so many exercises with you guys. But this one, it's if you did like the Cisco program for the whole 9 months, this VLAN takes maybe 35% of the knowledge of like an engineer or network engineer or system support. This one takes like 85% of the knowledge. These VLANs. No VLANs, no companies. Every company there's a VLAN. Switch port mode trunk. So we are done with step number 5, right? No, we are done with step number 4. Now we're gonna move to step number 5. The interface from the router must be on. So what we're gonna do, so I'm gonna draw it this one again because I don't want to be blamed, guys. This one, not from you, but yeah. So this one, hey, why I never picked. Yeah. This one, hey, but the color is bad, I don't like it. This one must be on. This port must be on, right? We are going to console to the router. So I can remove from the switch maybe if I want, right? Because I'm lazy. But if you want, you can plug another cable. Same things, because the configuration will still go back to the router. No, just console to the router. You console to the router. You can use like any computer, right? Because I don't want to bring another console cable. I just use one. Yeah, because I'm old. You are young. That way I'm giving you the difficult one. Because you must use your brain. Your brain is still, yeah. You can have like 10 kids, but you're still young. The age is not about like number of kids. Okay, let's go to the router now, guys. Which interface it was? Gigabit 0/0. We must put it on. Yep. No, to the router now, my friend. We are consoling to the router. You say no. No, you console to the router. Right? Are you there? As if you said you wanna learn. Learn now. No going home now. Yeah. Consult the router, please, for me. We have to put the interface on. Configure terminal. Which one? No, we're still on step number 5. Gigabit 0/0, no shut. Hey. What happened? What's giving me? Yeah, maybe I typed something wrong. Hey, you want me to go slowly? What I'm gonna go home now? Okay. What I'm gonna go home? Okay, step number 5, the interface from the router is on. Now we're gonna move where? Step number 6. All right. Step number 6, we have to create what? Sub-interfaces, right? Those sub-interfaces, you create them from this one. Don't exit. This interface first is on. Yeah, you can just go back again. Interface, gigabit 0/0. Remember that you have 2 VLANs, right? 2 networks. You require 2 default gateways, but you have only 1 router. So that why we need to split this interface in 2 parts. But if you have 4 VLANs, guys, you're gonna split it in how many? 4 sub-interfaces. If you have 10, you're gonna split it in 10, right? So what I'm gonna do now, follow the command is this. Interface gigabit 0/0 dot 10, because my VLAN was 10, but there's no need for the number to match. Dot 10. Yeah, so you said interface gigabit 0/0 dot 10. This is how to create a sub-interface, right? Dot 10 because my VLAN was 10, but that number is not a requirement, right? You press what? Press enter, right? Step number 6, from the root interface, you have to create that. We already done. Step number 7. Oh, 7 is French. It's 7. Step number 7, we have to configure the encapsulation. Don't mind about it for now. No, don't exit. You see, you are in sub-interface mode. So it will show you, right? We configure the encapsulation. Just say ENC, you press what? Yeah, press tab. ENC, you press tab. Encapsulation .1Q. DO, you press tab. Right? Encapsulation. Yeah. Just say D, you press tab. D. But the full command is .1Q. Say ENC tab. D tab. No. Encapsulate, type it the way it is. If you don't want to use the tab command. Now, what was at the sub interface? 0/0 dot 10. That number 10. So this is the one that you're gonna put there, right? Yeah. Yeah. .1Q space 10, because it has to match. Right? So if you put it there, like 30, they're also gonna put 30, right? And you press what? Right? Now you can assign the IP address. Younger, you are late? Where are you now? Hey, you must get used to work fast, huh? Must get used to work fast. So you want to tell people like you're an IT guy, but you don't want to suffer. You must suffer, guys. I was waiting for you. Now, when you configure the encapsulation, this is when now you have to configure the IP. You remember the IP for the blue network was 192.168.1.1. Hey, my screen. Yes, IP address. Younger is full now. So you must go back home. You said you wanna study now. I want gonna stop. You are provoking me. Me too now. You know me, I'm always here. So I want friends like to be with me up to 4. So I'm going slowly now. Jonathan, are you seeing the steps? Most of the companies, they are using router on a stick. Right? The only place you cannot use the VLAN, maybe for a small, like internet cafe. That's when you cannot use this VLAN configurations, right? Just a small network. You cannot go for VLANs. When you are done, guys, you're gonna say what? Enter. Hey, what happened? Yeah, you must blame me too. Yeah, I forgot B. Now, guys, we are done with the first sub interface, right? Now we're gonna go back to the second sub interface. But we cannot continue here because if we carry on like here, means what? The comment will go like under this sub interface. We have to exit first. We exit, we go back to, we have to create a new sub interface. .20, you remember my VLAN was .20, but remember that there is no need for you to use the same number for the VLAN. But from the encapsulation, it has to match, right? 0/0.20. If it doesn't work for you, you aren't gonna go home. If it's working, you go home. If it's not working, you must fix your problem. Okay, when you are done, now you're gonna configure what? The encapsulation before the IP. The number was what? 20. Because it has to be, right? So when you choose maybe 0.40, make sure from the encapsulation also it must be 40. Guys, when I'm gonna give you like a lab with maybe 5 or 10 VLANs, don't come and ask me again like there is no router, because you know like router on a stick, there's only one router, right? I cannot like tell you again, like give you like everything. No, my job is just maybe I'm gonna say 5 VLANs, like 10 computers, these make the connectivity, right? When you configure the encapsulation, the last step is what? The IPs, right? 192.168.2.1, 255.255.0. You know already what to do, right? You cannot assign the IP before the encapsulation. You must do the encapsulation first. Are you there? Okay, when you are done, you press what? Must I wait? When you are watching the recording, you must go slowly by slowly. When you go home, I want to let you go home without the homework. The homework is already there. Since in the morning, you saw it. Eh? I know, sister. From the morning, it was there. Eh? Yeah. Don't have data. No food. Like today, you must buy a data. Right? You must take the discipline to reduce your food at home. Eh? Buy data. Okay, press enter. Now we are done, right? What we forgot from here, I'm sure that we did like everything, right? Let's try now to test the connectivity. We can try first to ping the router, the default gateway, and we can try to ping that other computer. If it doesn't work, all of us, we're gonna still be here, figuring out what we did wrong. Okay, let's try first. I'm gonna ping my default gateway. No, from one of the computer, the blue computer. My default gateway is working. I'm the only one who's gonna go home. My default. Yo, I'm waiting for. Let me try now to ping the yellow one. Now we're gonna ping the yellow one. The blue, we're testing the connectivity between the computer to the router. Right, see here, it was the 1.1, right? First, you're gonna ping if your computer or your computers can talk to the router, right? It's already fine. Now, we're gonna ping what? No, you are from the blue, right? Yeah. You must ping your router, your default gateway. Yeah. Yes? Yeah, I figure out why it's not working. Guys, you must ping first 1.1 from the blue. 1.1. Is it working? Those who know, if it's not working, you'll still be here with me. I'm gonna come and check myself too. If it's not working, me too, I'm gonna still be here. But if it's working, I'm picking up my bags. Now we're gonna ping the yellow one. Let's see from the yellow one. Me, I'm going home. I'm coming to check. Don't say yes, but it's not working. Yes, oh, yeah. That was at the lesson. Watch and check the only from the WhatsApp group.